This isn't your typical celebrity split, so quit everything you're doing. This one, nope. It's the kind of scandal that causes you to reevaluate all of your preconceived notions about love, fidelity, and those ostentatious Instagram photos you've been stalking for months. Imagine that Cardi B and NFL player Stefon finally had their power couple moment, which made them grin. Private jets, luxury handbags, and champagne bursting like it's no big deal, only to find out that a covert script that no one requested was being penned behind all of that glitz. Yes, we are talking about late-night texts that seem suspicious, voice notes that are buried, murmurs, and a storyline twist that is so tangled it belongs in a Netflix series. If you think that's awful, just wait till you hear the other names showing up at every party like an unexpected guest. Young Miami. Yes, it is correct. Sources claim that those insiders are divulging information regarding secret dinners, hotel stays, and messages that Cardi allegedly discovered, all of which have the potential to transform this idyllic romance into one of the most startling betrayals of the decade. So fasten your seatbelts because by the time this story ends, your jaw may drop to the ground and you won't be able to view famous relationships on your timeline. Are you prepared to enter the mayhem? This is the problem then. Cardi B and Stefon appear to be the ultimate celebrity power couple. Snorts everyone thought, okay, finally Card's got herself a guy who can match her energy, her style, her unapologetic vibe. Private jets that looked like they belonged in a rap song, luxurious vacations to Miami, and Instagram-exploding courtside shots. Everything was flawless. Snorts the tea is hot and ready to burn your timeline, so fasten your seatbelt if you thought that was the complete story. Sources. According to individuals close to the case, Cardi B was supposedly not supposed to witness a secret world full of messages that disappeared too quickly to take a screenshot, hidden behind the grins and champagne blasts. Whispers about someone who shouldn't be in this love story and late-night encounters scheduled under fictitious names. Young Miami. According to our so-called insiders, Cardi didn't just wake up one day and become suspicious. So before you start thinking this is some trivial social media rumor, let me remind you that we're talking about evidence so purportedly detailed that even the most devoted gossip bloggers are pausing and saying, okay, hold up. Did this just happen? No, this took weeks or even months of observing minute details. Stefon allegedly went outside to answer calls that sounded informal but weren't. The moment Cardi entered, the texts vanished. Somehow, his official schedule didn't align with the flights and hotel stays. Small elements that the average person would ignore, but Cardi, being Cardi, didn't. She is astute. She is wary. She also understands better than anybody that disregarding warning signs may lead to catastrophe in the realm of celebrity relationships. Furthermore, these sources claim that it wasn't only the odd messages or enigmatic hotel reservations that were the turning point. The pattern was what it was. A trend that repeatedly appears in these covert tiny conversations and points directly toward young Miami. Snorts imagine looking through your partner's phone and, in this instance, reportedly finding texts and voice notes you weren't authorized to hear. Perhaps it's lighthearted banter at first glance. Come on, let's get caught up. I'll see you there later. However, the pattern then becomes clear. There were several encounters, numerous messages, and the distinct energy of secrets. There is enough to make anyone's stomach drop, but nothing has been confirmed yet. According to reports, Cardi didn't respond right away because, in her words, accusing someone without receipts in this world. She supposedly began making connections that would have been impossible for the average person to overlook, but it's a headline waiting to happen. The odd flights to Miami, the schedules that coincided with important events, and, yes, the regular appearance of a specific person in Stefon's place were all coincidental. Perhaps, but when combined, supposedly not. To be honest, this wasn't made simple by the internet. Social media posts from fans who were unaware they were recording drama, as well as paparazzi sightings. Additionally, those unavoidable sources claim that posts from gossip accounts continued to exacerbate the conflict. Cardi is staring at a gorgeous courtside selfie at one point. The next time, she claims to see the same individual at events that inexplicably coincide with Stefon's schedule. Online fans started to notice it as well. Yes, you're aware of the type. As if everyone were Sherlock Holmes, comment sections are blowing up, memes are being created, and minor clues are being analyzed. According to insiders, Cardi apparently began to recognize the public perception of her relationship at that same moment. The glitzy, untouchable power couple were a well-crafted facade that concealed something far messier. Let's now discuss those purported receipts. The murmurs claim that Cardi discovered voice notes that initially appeared harmless, but as you listen, the narrative begins to shift. There were references to dinners that no one else was supposed to know about, casual laughs, and hazy talk about catching up. It's all supposedly pointing to a person who shouldn't have been involved in her romantic tale. As if that weren't enough, there were also messages that suggested discretion, almost like a warning. Let's not talk about this. These were allegedly not isolated cases. Insiders said that once Cardi eventually put the pieces together, they were unquestionable because they were repeated and formed a pattern. There is the social media layer, of course. The public continues to view the edited version while Cardi is purportedly absorbing all of this behind the scenes. Goals for a couple, glitzy photos, and moments of champagne popping are all signs of an ideal relationship. However, experts say Cardi knew better. There was a darkness beneath every courtesy and every grin. And what made everything so intolerable was the tension and suspense. Snorts because the so-called sources claim that it's one thing to have suspicions and quite another to begin to see a story take shape. A story that purportedly included hidden hotel reservations, secret meetings, and messages that read more like clandestine operation instructions than casual chat. Now, if you believe that Cardi simply vanished and destroyed the internet overnight, you're mistaken. She apparently took her time observing, acquiring information, and attempting to piece together the puzzle, according to rumors going about. Because making snap judgments without evidence is like playing with petrol close to a spark in the world of celebrity life. Your name might quickly become popular for all the wrong reasons with just one bad move. However, the evidence apparently continued to mount. Travel overlaps that were illogical. Dinner sightings that appeared to be planned. Meetings at night that were inexplicable. It is said that every little bit of information adds up to a mountain of suspicion. Additionally, Cardi's public persona apparently started to fall apart as she came closer to the truth, exposing a reality behind the scenes that fans weren't meant to see. Let's be clear, the purported altercation was explosive when it did occur. Insiders claim that Cardi sought answers rather than merely asking questions. According to reports, the conversation swiftly got out of hand. Like pyrotechnics, accusations shoot back and forth. According to sources, it was the kind of emotional confrontation that is impossible to plan. The kind that shows you that the seemingly ideal relationship on Instagram was actually dangling on a thread the entire time. Cardi supposedly began to realize something much more excruciating during that chaotic period. Perhaps the connection she believed she was in wasn't real. Perhaps it wasn't so much about honesty and trust as it was about the attention, the optics, and the notion of a celebrity power couple. The social media tempest was already building in the meantime. Clips from photographers, fragments of potential evidence, comments from fans analyzing everything they say. The internet went crazy the moment Cardi supposedly started to piece this together. Memes, posts, conjecture, and outrageous theories began to collide. According to insiders, Cardi apparently witnessed the entire event in real time, fully aware that the fairy tale the world was celebrating was actually a front, a facade concealing a secret that she was now discovering. Super Bowl weekend, the kind of high-profile occasion that ensures everyone's eyes are on you, was the next big event. There are rumors that Young Miami was making appearances at overlapping social circles, and that Stefon was allegedly visiting several events. While Cardi was still publicly associated with Stefon, she apparently discovered that the person she suspected of secret involvement was not only real, but also present at the same public events and talking with the same individuals. It supposedly struck her most at that point, if the sources are to be believed. There was more to the betrayal than just behind closed doors. Everyone was watching it in the same spotlight, and my friend Cardi supposedly knew enough to identify a trend. Not nearly enough to tell the whole narrative, but enough to know that the fairy tale was over. Tension had been rising. The general public is still blind. The emotional stakes are stronger than ever, and the proof is purportedly mounting. No one was prepared for the confrontations, live reactions, and social media craziness that she purportedly witnessed. The upcoming chapter is said to be explosive, completely startling, and the kind of drama that will cause everyone on the internet to gasp. This is where things are supposed to get even more juicy. Cardi B apparently decided it was time to face Stefon Diggs head-on after observing patterns, identifying discrepancies, and allegedly piecing together late-night texts, voice notes, and enigmatic hotel trips. Oh, and it seems to have been nothing less than an intense emotional storm. Hurricane. According to insiders, she didn't simply enter and say, "Hey, what's going on?" No. Accusations, incredulity, annoyance, and heartbreak allegedly collided like a WWE SmackDown during this type of altercation. However, social media gossipers will be able to analyze this one for months. She reportedly arrived sweaty, as if she had been gathering evidence for a federal prosecution, according to one source. She wasn't having fun. To be honest, even the best defensive player in the NFL can't stop Cardi B's intensity when she comes in hot. Now, the rumors that are making the rounds on blogs, forums, and gossip accounts claim that Stefon initially attempted to minimize it, saying things like, "It's not what it looks like," or some classic vague denial that fans have seen a million times. However, insiders assert that Cardi was apparently too involved in the inquiry and found too many patterns. The story has too many fortuitous contacts and overlaps with Young Miami too. The discussion allegedly immediately became heated, with pointed questions being yelled. "What made you act in this way? Who is she?" Snorts and the tension that causes onlookers, in this case, insiders, to feel as though they are witnessing a live mini-soap drama. Additionally, according to reports, Cardi once asked the shocking question that supposedly caused Stefon's mouth to drop. Was it all for the cameras, or was any of this ever genuine? The outside world was unaware that all of this was supposedly happening behind closed doors. Paparazzi photos of the duo smiling courtside continued to proliferate on social media. Instead of speculating about covert affairs, fans who post relationship objectives, memes, and gossip accounts make assumptions about fashion collaborations. However, insiders believe that Cardi was perceiving an entirely other reality. One source claimed that every post, every grin, and every simple photo was all a part of a narrative. She recognized the story that everyone adored. Perhaps she was merely a fictional character. It wasn't just cheating. It was performance, secrecy, and manipulation all rolled into one, the source continued, describing the purported level of betrayal as off the charts. Then, according to sources, the receipts began to pour in. We're talking voice notes, texts, and even social media interactions that weren't supposed to be noticed. One specific set of messages allegedly showed Young Miami arranging meetings with Stefon. Snorts they were vague enough to appear innocent to outsiders, but detailed enough that Cardi allegedly noticed the pattern. Lunch is here, late-night hotel stays there, always discreet, never public, one insider allegedly said. Additionally, rumors claim that Cardi began to notice how every luxury vacation or celebrity party suddenly had suspicious overlaps that gradually revealed the larger picture. This is where the purported public outcry begins, and you know how the internet loves to blow up? As soon as gossip blogs began to notice the odd patterns, yes, the same patterns Cardi allegedly pieced together, the comments went crazy. Fans couldn't stop speculating. Is Stefon Diggs playing 4D chess? Is Young Miami involved? Or is this just plain betrayal? Cardi B deserves better. According to insiders, Cardi witnessed everything happen. Knowing the story firsthand while everyone else was still speculating, one source claimed that Cardi saw the posts and memes and simply shook her head, saying, "Yeah, y'all have no idea what's really happening." Here's the worst part. According to sources, there was more than a straightforward drama on social media. After examining travel overlaps and receipts, Cardi allegedly found numerous private dinners, hotel reservations made under false identities, and meetings. Imagine discovering that your significant other is frequently in the same city as someone else at the same time under purportedly non-existent circumstances. Insiders claim that Cardi questioned Stefon about each of these occurrences and that Stefon responded by avoiding, giving evasive answers, and, in some cases, engaging in classic celebrity gaslighting. Music nothing at all. You're thinking too much about it. In the meantime, Cardi was allegedly affected publicly by the emotional burden of all of this. According to sources, she started posting on social media with more restraint. Fans began to notice minor changes in her behavior, and it was said that her smiles at gatherings appeared forced. Real-time connections were made by memes and comment threads, which conjectured about travel overlaps, late-night posts, and mysterious captions. According to insiders, Cardi watched all of this develop with a mixture of surprise and fury because the world was still unaware of the true tale, the one she had discovered beneath the glitter. Let's now discuss the purported breaking point. Sources claim that this occurred over the weekend of a significant celebrity event. Cardi apparently noticed that Young Miami was allegedly attending the same event Stefon was attending while they were all at the same city parties, red carpets, and private dinners. Additionally, insiders claim that Cardi saw the pattern more than once. According to reports, this validated everything she had been assembling for weeks. There were multiple suspicious encounters. There was a whole pattern of recurring, covert meetings. Snorts, it was like repeatedly seeing the same scene in slow motion. Snorts, every time she blinked, there was another clue, an insider reportedly stated. Then, when everyone on the internet lost it, there was the purported live stream. Fans who reportedly witnessed it said that although Cardi didn't specifically mention names, she left enough clues to make the connotations obvious. She allegedly talked about finding late-night texts, covert planning, and patterns that implied Stefon's close friend or relative was involved. She reportedly talked of feeling deceived, misled, and worn out from attempting to defend a relationship that might have just existed for public appearances. And the comments went crazy when she supposedly talked. Snort's videos began to go viral, GIFs were created, memes went viral, and the story was reportedly picked up by every entertainment news outlet. According to sources, during the purported live stream, Cardi also disclosed her internal conflict over attempting to keep the relationship intact, disregarding rumors in the hopes that it might be healed, and finally realizing that the public facade was concealing a betrayal she could no longer ignore. She reportedly talked of having sleepless nights, having periods of uncertainty, and coming to the heartbreaking conclusion that perhaps she had been unintentionally contributing to a story that wasn't really her own. According to one source, betrayal might involve more than just adultery. Cardi made a suggestion. Realizing that the person standing next to you is never truly standing with you is the key. According to reports, the drama was further heightened by Stefon and Young Miami's purported silence. Music rumors and conjecture fill the space, with no denials or justifications. According to insiders, this quiet was deliberate. When they remain silent, the rumors continue to spread. It feeds itself to start. Every clip, every meme, every fan theory is now part of the story, whether true or not, an insider allegedly stated. Sources claim that Cardi saw it all and knew the whole story while the public struggled to make sense of bits and pieces. Not to mention the purported pattern of social media posts and public appearances. Insiders claimed that every picture, post, and grin on Instagram or at a party was now being scrutinized. Allegedly, fans began making connections. Parties attended, restaurants visited, and flights overlapped. Cardi allegedly saw the entire relationship as a skillfully crafted illusion intended for optics rather than honesty after realizing the pattern. Every opulent vacation and private plane image apparently began to resemble set pieces from a show she hadn't agreed to star in. Cardi is said to have reached her emotional breaking point by the end of this supposedly grueling week. According to sources, she had accumulated enough proof in her mind to stop ignoring the reality. Snort's Cardi was standing in the middle of upheaval, treachery, and an impending social media storm after the purported public image of a flawless relationship had collapsed behind closed doors. The altercation, the live stream, and the viral response, according to sources, were just the beginning. It was said that the aftermath was going to become even more severe, disorganized, and startling than anyone could have predicted. This is where the situation is said to have reached a full-blown breakdown. Sources claim that the internet went into overdrive after Cardi B's purported live broadcast hints became viral. Every single post, story, and image was being analyzed by fans, gossip accounts, entertainment blogs, and meme pages. No detail was allegedly too tiny. Every fleeting gaze, abrupt absence, and Instagram story clip was now being interpreted as a clue to the controversy that was developing. Connecting flights, dinners, hotel check-ins, queue, and even paparazzi sightings were all happening as if it were a detective show. And the crazy thing is, while Cardi was watching this video, she was seeing it all happen in real time, fully aware of the narrative no one else could see, an insider reportedly stated. According to reports, the purported public backlash started almost right once. Speculation erupted on social media. While some fans started picking sides, speculating about Young Miami's involvement or doubting Stefon's intentions, others defended Cardi, claiming she had been blatantly duped, misled, and gaslight. Insiders claim that the hashtags alone cover thousands of posts. Hashtag CD I deserve better. Hashtag Stefon expose, hashtag Young Miami, and, of course, every celebrity news outlet had something to say. News reportedly jumped on it, with VH1's gossip shows analyzing the timeline and Bravo drama recaps portraying the entire situation as a scandal straight out of a reality TV script. The most shocking aspects, according to reports, weren't just the public memes or online speculation. According to sources, Cardi found information that suggested Stefon's acts were part of a recurring pattern rather than isolated occurrences. Private messages about caution, hotel stays under false identities, and covert dinners. It is said that every little element created a picture that no celebrity relationship therapist could overlook. Additionally, experts said that by the time Cardi made her clues public, she had enough background information to understand that she wasn't simply exaggerating. Sources claim that the treachery was planned, repeated, and most importantly, hidden in plain sight. The purported domino effect followed. Insider rumors claim that Cardi started reaching out to Stefon's close friends and family in an attempt to cobble together a timetable and validate her suspicions. These discussions were reportedly heated, passionate, and frustrating. According to one purported insider, it was like Cardi assembling a jigsaw puzzle where each piece screamed treachery. The supposed shock. Not only had Stefon apparently been arranging covert meetings with Young Miami, but these activities were allegedly repeated over several months, even coinciding with public appearances intended to reassure supporters that everything was well. Snorts, meanwhile, the purported ecosystem of celebrity rumors allegedly went into overdrive. According to reports, bloggers, fans, and paparazzi were tracking Stefon's whereabouts and comparing them to Young Miami's public appearances. Every chance encounter, every aircraft that overlapped, and every glimpse of a luxury hotel was meticulously examined. Cardi apparently observed everything as it happened, knowing that she had direct knowledge of the circumstances while the general public struggled to make sense of the fragments of evidence. According to sources, Cardi was shocked, irritated, and eventually prepared to sever all relationships due to the alleged level of betrayal. Sources then claim that the purported altercation went beyond the first private conversation. According to insiders, Cardi confronted Stefon in front of a small group of close friends and demanded accountability and explanations. Everyone in the room reportedly became uncomfortable as voices were raised, accusations were made, and frustration erupted. Stefon's denials or attempts to downplay the situation are said to have had little effect. It was similar to attempting to use a paper fan to stop a cyclone. A putative insider claimed to have already noticed the visits, texts, and trends. There was no turning back from this. The purported argument allegedly got more intense in public after Cardi's social media activities slightly changed. According to sources, she started sharing less carefully chosen, intensely emotional stuff, cryptic statements, indications of betrayal, and seemingly passive-aggressive allusions to loyalty and trust. Insiders claim that fans took notice right away. Every story, post, and caption on the internet was seen as a direct response to the purported Stefon Young Miami incident. All the information allegedly fueled rumors, causing the issue to escalate dramatically. According to social media specialists, it was one of the celebrity disputes that grew the fastest in months, and the purported fallout wasn't just sentimental. It was calculated. According to sources, Cardi initially started gathering facts to make sure she had clarity before making any statements, rather than to publicly humiliate anyone. She allegedly wanted to completely comprehend the facts, the pattern, and the extent of the betrayal. Insiders claim that this involved examining messages, private exchanges, and trip overlaps that may have otherwise gone unreported. Additionally, it is said that the more she looked, the more the image crystallized. Snorts, it wasn't just one betrayal. It was repeated, methodical, and concealed under a public romance facade. Naturally, the online response apparently reached a fever pitch as the purported news spread. Reddit forums were reportedly functioning as investigative units, blogs were publishing timelines, and Twitter threads erupted with conjecture, examining images, videos, and postings on social media as proof. Every Super Bowl weekend appearance, every Miami dinner, and every late-night social media post was allegedly being dissected by fans. Cardi apparently knew that her private investigation was now partially unfolding in real time on the internet and was aware of all this public attention. Insiders claim that this was the ultimate breaking point, the knowledge that Stefon reportedly carried on conversations that ought to have ended. Despite being aware that Cardi was aware of the circumstances, the behavior with young Miami persisted. This supposedly solidified her judgment that the relationship could not last, according to sources. This isn't about a single mistake. This is about patterns, trust, and respect, she allegedly told friends, and both have since vanished. Insiders claim that at that point, she made the decision to seize complete control of the story, discreetly plotting the following steps while subtly hinting at them in public. The purported scandal, however, is said to have had repercussions throughout the entertainment industry. Snorts. Every social media site, talk show, and gossip channel had something to say. Snorts. According to reports, VH1 performed a unique analysis of the patterns. According to reports, Bravo drama recaps were analyzing every exchange like participants on reality TV. Because the story's combination of celebrity, treachery, and secrecy was so alluring, even mainstream media outlets like ABC and the BBC were apparently covering it. Furthermore, insiders asserted that young Miami's and Stefon's silence merely fueled the flames. In the realm of celebrity rumors, silence is potentially more powerful than a confession, and it is said to have done nothing but exacerbate the issue. Additionally, sources stated that Cardi was allegedly quite emotionally exhausted. It was said to be exhausting to watch, question, confront, and wait for explanations for weeks. She allegedly spent restless nights scrutinizing every detail, juggling private investigations with public appearances, all the while handling the incessant online rumors. Insiders claim that the public's perception of the carefully chosen images, viral videos, and Instagram postings was only a portion of the tale, which added to the aggravation. Whispers claims that the purported repercussions subsequently started to escalate. There are social and professional repercussions in addition to emotional ones. People in their common circle were allegedly compelled to take sides, according to insiders in the entertainment industry. Mutual friends, event planners, and even partners apparently began to see the knock-on effects. Every conversation, every invitation to a party, and every appearance in the media was supposedly being watched. Because the tale was public, viral, and appeared to be unstoppable in addition to being personal. Additionally, insiders assert that Cardi allegedly took calculated actions to safeguard her narrative, her career, and herself while letting the public see the drama play out in real time. Maximum social media virality by the time the purported report appeared. Insiders claimed that Cardi had attained a degree of narrative control that audiences seldom saw in celebrity controversies. She apparently gave the internet all the information it required while keeping the facts as close to the truth as possible by leaving enough clues to support suspicions without actually naming identities. Additionally, sources claim that the public's response was explosive. Memes, opinion threads, social media posts, and never-ending conjecture. Fans reportedly debated allegiances, intentions, okayness, and betrayals on every conceivable forum, making it one of the most scrutinized celebrity disputes in recent memory. This is the purported kicker. According to reports, the issue is still unresolved. Snorts, according to sources, the story remained unresolved due to the pattern of behavior, the silence, and the public conjecture. It's said that Cardi hasn't revealed everything. Snort's young Miami is said to still play a major role in the story, and Stefon is said to have not replied. Additionally, insiders claim that the story could blow out even more if fresh receipts or eyewitness statements come to light, Snorts making what was already one of the most startling celebrity scandals even bigger. Purportedly, the last lesson is that, while the public was frantically trying to piece together the same hints, Cardi B allegedly went from suspicion to confirmation to confrontation. Additionally, insiders claim that her clever, passionate, and viral handling of the crisis guaranteed that this story would dominate social media timelines, comment sections, and headlines for weeks to come. According to reports, it's the kind of scandal that makes other celebrity crises seem insignificant. Social media pandemonium, emotional intensity, secrecy, and treachery all came together to create a story that is purportedly still developing. Suddenly, what appeared to be a dazzling celebrity affair apparently turned into one of the year's most startling, widely shared, and scrutinized scandals. Emotional betrayal, covert communications, a social media frenzy, and public conjecture are said to have combined to produce a perfect storm. According to insiders, new twists could appear at any time, and fans, bloggers, and media outlets are reportedly still scrutinizing every aspect. Sources claim that the internet is watching, waiting, and poised to blow up with the next advancement. What do you think then? Was Cardi B correct all along to unearth a secret network that was hidden from everyone else? Or is this just another instance of out-of-control celebrity rumors? There are rumors circulating around.